My name is Jacqueline Roza. I'm an advanced practice nurse for chronic care at Geylang Polyclinic. From a young age, I was interested in caring for people. In secondary school, I was in the St. John's Ambulance Brigade. I found that I really had a love for first aid and healthcare.
At first, I wasn't very sure about Jacqueline's decision to be a nurse. I was hoping she would go to JC and then to university. But now that she's gone for her degree and master's, I see that nurses can progress too.
I studied nursing at Nanyang Polytechnic. After graduation, I spent 4 years at the geriatrics ward at Changi General Hospital. I joined the Polyclinic in 2005. Here, I help patients with chronic diseases such as diabetes, hypertension, and high cholesterol. Shortly after I joined the Polyclinic, the nurse clinician service was introduced, where patients with well-controlled chronic conditions would be reviewed by nurses rather than doctors. That's when I realized that there was definitely an expanded role that nurses could play. I felt that if I improved my knowledge, I could help patients better. That's why I decided to take my master's in nursing from NUS in 2010 and become an advanced practice nurse. The course took 18 months, but it was well worth it. As an APN, I still give my patients basic advice about exercise and nutrition. But because I have advanced knowledge, I can also tell them more about their diagnosis, their medication, and how to manage their chronic condition. I can also conduct physical examination to check on their heart and lungs. I complement the doctor's role by explaining everything to my patients. The better they understand their condition, the better they can manage it.
Doctors appreciate APNs like Jacqueline. Their understanding of the patient's condition is invaluable in helping us identify the problem and find a solution.
At first, language was a big problem for me. Most elderly folks don't speak English. I speak Mandarin, but I had to pick up dialects on the job. The elderly will tend to teach you, and if you use something wrongly, they will laugh and correct you.
伊若有时间哦，逐摆来找我讲话，啊，解释真多物件。伊福建话袂歹哦。
Of course, there will be some patients who have difficulty following the recommended treatment. But if you spend a bit more time talking to them, listening carefully to them, and understanding them, you'll find a reason for it. I once had a patient who was visually impaired. He also had diabetes, and it was not well controlled. He needed daily insulin injections, but he rejected the treatment. When I saw him, I started talking to him, and he opened up to me. It turned out that he lived alone. He was afraid of handling the daily insulin injections himself because of his eyesight. But he also didn't want to trouble his family. I reached out to his daughter, who was very concerned. She offered to help immediately. We made a special arrangement for her to come down to the Polyclinic so I could teach her the procedure. Now, he goes to her workplace in the day to get his injections, and his diabetes is under control. My family is very important to me. Being in a polyclinic helps me to balance my time between home and work. With our aging population, chronic care is an area where nurses are very much needed. But beyond medical skills, it is essential that we take the time to explain things to patients and listen to them, because helping really begins with understanding.